So, greetings, everyone, and welcome to another podcast from Astropreneurship. And today, I actually want to share some things with you about Uranus in Taurus. And we know Taurus to be the money sign of the zodiac. And without question, everybody loves money. So, I want to turn back the hands of time just a little bit and actually make some references to some historical points that actually occurred when Uranus was in Taurus approximately 84 years ago. So the first historical point I'd like to point out or share with you is that on June 6th of 1934, then President Franklin D. Roosevelt actually signed into law the Securities and Exchange Act. And what it did, it gave the SEC the power to regulate the securities industry, and it also included the New York Stock Exchange. The second historical point I want to reference is August 14th, 1935. And on that day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, he signed into law the Social Security Act, which was very much a part of the New Deal. And then on January 3rd, 1938, President FDR, he established the March of Dimes as a foundation to combat infant portfolio. So if you notice in all three of those historical points or acts signed into law by the then president, each one had very much something to do with protecting or taking care of humanity. And so I also want to bring attention to some planetary aspects that we will actually experience this year. And that aspect is a square aspect between the planet Saturn, which will be transiting Aquarius, and also the planet Uranus, which will be transiting Taurus. And so those three dates for this square aspect, February 17th of 2021, June 14th, 2021, and December 24th of 2021. So a square between two planets represents a challenge. It also represents tension. And in addition to that, it can be a turning point as well. I'd also like to share with you some of the things we associate with these particular zodiac signs and planets. So with the planet Saturn, when that comes to mind in this particular context of money or finances, it could be limitation or gain. And with Saturn and Aquarius, Aquarius represents universality, as in universal brotherhood. It also represents reformation, humanity, or humanitarian efforts. Aquarius is also impersonal. And then with Uranus, it's the eccentric, the unusual, the impulsive, the unconventional, rebelliousness, and fanaticism. In Taurus, we're talking about domesticity, domestic affairs, stability, security, as well as sympathy. I also want to give attention to what some of you have heard about over the past few days involving GameStop. And so some of you may have heard how the increase of GameStop, the market value or market price of that stock went through the roof. So the 52-week low for the stock was $2.57, and the 52-week high was $438 per share. That is over the top, very significant. And over the past few years, GameStop has declined in terms of their revenue, so forth and so on. There were some hedge fund companies that chose to short the stock. It just so happens some individuals in subreddit found out about it, and they chose to purchase the stock, which drove up the market price of the stock, and those hedge funds actually lost money. And so, in addition to that, Another thing that's in the news that's related to money and the economy is this concern or issue around cryptocurrency. In particular, XRP, which was issued by Ripple, did receive some type of notice, maybe from I want to say the state's attorney in Florida, as well as the SEC, that while they have raised millions of dollars selling XRP, XRP was not registered as a security in the state of Florida or at the federal level with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, in response to that, um, notice, if you will, from the Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple, the corporation, in response to that, they asked the Securities and Exchange Commission to produce or show paperwork submitted by Bitcoin and Ethereum to demonstrate that they registered those respective cryptocurrencies as securities which could be traded. So, to cook it all down and to sum it all up, Uranus and Taurus will represent a significant and perhaps unexpected changes in the monetary system here in the United States. I would anticipate that one of those changes will be that for those who have Bitcoin accounts or who simply own cryptocurrency, no matter which specific cryptocurrency that they actually own, that they will be able to have a debit card issued to them, and that particular debit card will be tied to their cryptocurrency, and they'll be able to use that debit card to purchase goods and services on an everyday basis, very much like we do it now with our current debit cards, which are linked to fiat currency in our respective bank accounts. I think that'll be one of the new things that we can look forward to. I would also anticipate that the Securities and Exchange Commission will begin to take more definitive actions to define what is a security, particularly when we talk about cryptocurrency. I mean, cryptocurrency, it is those companies that offer cryptocurrencies, they are simply digital. They do not offer any products or services for sale. They simply have these, it's almost like digital stock, if I could give it a label. It's a digital stock, and there is no brick and mortar company that's actually behind that. It's all digital. So I think that'll be one of the things that shakes out. I also want to highlight that President Biden actually signed an executive order to reopen Obamacare from February 15th until May 15th. And so, what is that? That is humanitarian, if you will, appealing to the public that who currently do not have health care in the midst of a international pandemic, or simply put, pandemic. So again, with Uranus and Taurus, the themes of security for humanity play out. Changes will be made. Again, going back to cryptocurrency, I think we will move closer to cryptocurrency being a currency that we can use just as we use fiat currency. We also want to keep in mind that at this time, President Biden has another stimulus package on the table in which Republicans want to have more say so in terms of that package. So over the next week, it's likely they will negotiate that. But I do believe that in the end, another stimulus package will be signed into law. And hopefully, it does include direct payments for those families that are in need of the financial assistance. So thanks for tuning in. Feel free to reach out to me, Omari@solarwisdom.com. That's SOULAR wisdom.com. And see you soon. Take care.